What's up YouTube, it's Jolty here. Today I have another bot. On the last video the support was insane, with over 200 likes. If you know any of your friends play Pokemon Go, make sure you share this video with them, because this bot is just amazing. This bot that I'm showing you today is called Hackymon, and the reason why it's so good, it gives you so many options to make it seem like it's an actual human playing the game instead of a bot. There's so many settings that you can customize with this bot. If you haven't heard, Niantic is actually permanently banning players that are doing really suspicious things on their account, and a lot of the bots that you use, they actually make it so you get banned because they don't have the settings that this bot has. Okay, so let's just get right into the video. I'm gonna show you guys how to install this bot. It's actually really simple. You just go to the Hackymon GitHub and you should see the green button on the right side. It says clone or download. You click on that and you want to select download with zip. Then it should start your download down here, and once that's done downloading, you should get a file that says hackymon-master.zip. The next thing you need to do with this file is right click on it. You just need to click extract here, and if you right click and you don't have the extract here option, that means you don't have WinRAR or an unzipping program, and I'll just link that down and below in the description. It's really easy to get and install one. Once you're finished unzipping this file, go into the folder and you should see all of these files: extra, lib, hackymon.jar, readme.md, run.bat, version.txt. It's so simple. All you have to do is click on the run.bat and it should pop up a Windows CMD, and then a couple seconds after it'll pop up the Hackymon version 1.4. The first thing you need to do is enter your login information, and you can see right here it says choose login type, and if you have Google account you choose Google. If you have a PTC account you just click on PTC, and on the right side here it says PTC account or Google account. I have a Google account, so I'm going to click Google account. Then it should pop up a login window, and where it says Google username, that actually means you enter your Google email address, and once you're done entering that information you just click save. The next thing you want to do is go on the top left, it should say settings, and you want to click on that. Here you can change your initial spawn location, and this is really important. To not be banned or soft banned, you need to make sure you set this location to where your Pokemon account was last played, or in some people's cases the last location that you were using the bot. To get this information, just go to Google Maps, and my last location was actually in Calgary, so I'm just going to zoom in and I'm going to click on a road. You don't want to click on an actual block because a building might be there, and that's a little bit suspicious if your account gets reviewed. So you just click on the street and you should get some coordinates that pop up here at the bottom. All you need to do is highlight them, Control C to copy, go back to the program and paste them in with Control V, and just do this for the latitude and longitude. Once you have that done, there's the setting and it says exploration radius. I like to keep this setting around 5,000. You can set this setting higher or lower if you want. This is just like the radius that your bot will explore, and if you set it to the -1, it will go unlimited, so it will go anywhere that it wants to. For the next setting, automatic Pokemon sniping, you want to uncheck the setting because Pokemon sniping is very risky and it's a very high chance that you'll get banned if you leave this on. Alright, now we're done here. We can go into the next tab, which is the humanizer tab. Okay, so in the path traversing, we have 3 different options here. The first one is path traversing speed, and I would recommend not going over the fast human speed, which is 35 kilometers an hour. If you go any faster than this, it's likely that you might get soft banned. The next setting is Google Map route finding heuristic, and there's 4 options here: road fly, road walk, road cycle, and road drive. The setting I keep this on is road walk because then it finds all the footpaths so it looks like you're actually walking and playing the game. The third setting in path traversing is route max added noise. This basically means it won't walk in a perfectly straight line, and I like to put this around 3 to 5 meters. Alright, for the next setting it is Pokemon encounters, and the first setting in Pokemon encounters is the ball throw delay, and in brackets it says consecutive. This means that if you don't catch the Pokemon on the first Pokeball that you throw at it, it'll take a certain amount of time to throw another Pokeball, so it looks like a human's playing instead of a bot. I like to keep the min at 1 second, and I like to keep the max at 3. The second setting, encounter delay consecutive, I like to keep this setting at a minimum of 3 seconds and a maximum of 10. This setting makes it so you won't catch Pokemon one after the other without any delay, and this really helps you stay undetected. And there's actually another setting here in Pokemon encounters that you should probably turn on. It's called introduce Pokemon fail catch attempts. I like to turn this on, and I raise the percentage up to 25%. You can choose how much of a percentage you want this to be on, but just make sure that it's not on 0, or else then it's pretty obvious that a bot is controlling your Pokemon Go, because obviously people make mistakes and you don't catch every single Pokemon. Since we're finished this page, let's go into the next tab, and it is called Pokemon. The first thing we see is Pokemon to catch, and there's a bunch of settings in this tab. The first one is enable auto Pokemon catching. You should probably leave this one checked so it catches Pokemon automatically, and you can choose the minimum CP Pokemon that you want to catch and also the minimum IV percentage. I'm going to leave this at 10 because I want it to catch almost every single Pokemon, and the min IV I'm going to And there's actually a checkbox here that says consume raspberries to increase capture chance when needed. I like to leave this one on because it just helps increase the chance that you'll catch the Pokemon and it looks more like a human's playing the game. Now say you don't want to catch a certain Pokemon, you can just click on the select Pokemons to exclude. It has a drop down menu that has a list to all of the Pokemon, and say I don't want to catch any Metapod, and to confirm this I just click on the right arrow and you should see it says Metapod here. That means I won't be catching that, and if you want to undo this, all you have to do is press the back arrow and now you can catch Metapods. Okay, next up is the duplicates Pokemon transfer. I recommend that you leave this on, but you'll probably need to customize the settings a little bit for your own Pokemon Go account because it depends what level you are and what you want to catch. For the max CP, I usually leave it at 1800, and for the max IV, you can personalize this one to how you want it to. At 80, like it is right now, that means it won't transfer any Pokemon that are above 80% IV. And for duplicates to keep, I'll put this to 1, so it keeps one of each Pokemon. And say you don't want to transfer a certain Pokemon like Bulbasaur, you can click on this menu, and slightly to the right here it says select Pokemons to exclude. It's almost the same as the select Pokemons to exclude at the top here. You just click on it, it gives you a drop down list of all the Pokemon, and you can click on one and press the right arrow and it moves it into this list. And once it's in this list, it means it won't transfer any of those Pokemon, no matter what IV, no matter what CP it is. And it already has all of these Pokemon in here as custom. And if you don't like any of the Pokemon that are already in here, you can just click on them and then press the left arrow and it should remove them from the list. So say I don't want Grimer, I just press the left arrow and it removes him from the list. So now there's only going to be one Grimer in my inventory at a time, and if it catches another one, then it'll just automatically transfer it. Okay, now we finished the Pokemon tab. Now we can go into the items tab. Enable items to recycle. So at the top here it says items to recycle, and the first option that we have is enable items recycling, and I like to leave this checked. It makes it so it automatically recycles items, and you can select which items it automatically recycles. In this drop down menu right here, you just click on the item and move it over to the list with the right arrow, and you can take it out of the list with the left arrow. This item recycling GUI isn't as good as a couple of them that I've reviewed before, but it still works decently. If you don't really understand what some of the names in this list mean, then you can try and search it up in Google, but you might not have any luck trying to find it, so I'm just going to leave these as default. I hope that they update this in the next version of Hackymon, because it's sort of confusing with all these options here, and some of them aren't even items that you can recycle. Like the item special camera, you obviously can't recycle your camera. So on to the next one, it says Lucky Eggs. This option is really simple. It's just the box says enable Lucky Egg usage. I'm just going to leave this checked. If you don't want to use Lucky Eggs, then you can just uncheck it, and use Lucky Eggs only when you have at least, and then you can enter an amount, and then right below it says use Lucky Eggs only when you have at least 100 Pokeballs, and you can change the amount of Pokeballs that it will activate at, but I don't really have any Lucky Eggs, so this won't really matter that much. If you have Lucky Eggs, I would just leave it at default because 100 Pokeballs is enough to catch quite a few Pokemon, and you most likely won't run out. Alright, now we're finished customizing the settings. There's one last tab that we haven't looked at, and it's the News tab. It's all the way on the left, right below Settings, and it just tells you all the current features and what's new in the current version. Okay, so we finally finished entering all the settings, and now we can finally start the bot. It's really simple. There's a green button here that says start, and you just click on that, and it should start running. You can see that as soon as it starts running, the map will change, and it will show where your character is, and all the Pokestops that you're visiting. You can see some useful information here on the left side of the screen, and it tells you all the information that you'd like to know, like the XP that you've gained, your total XP, all your items, and quite a bit of stuff. So you guys can go through that if you want. It's pretty cool that it shows a trail of where your character is going, and to stop the bot, it's really simple. You can either press pause or you can press stop. Both of them pretty much do the same thing, and if you want this to keep on running while you're away, you can just minimize it, let it run in the background, but make sure you don't close it because then it'll stop running. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really hope that I helped you guys out with this tutorial video, and if you made it this far, just make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be posting more videos like this in the future, and I'll be sure to see you guys in my next video. Peace out.